The cloud. Perfect. Andre, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How you?
Good. Glad you're on here, man. Hey, what did you do on that first day? You told me you got your first deal like 2 weeks ago, but what did you make on that?
A little over 20.
Ooh, a little over 20.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, so you gonna keep that you gonna keep that a secret?
Nah.
Hold up. Don't he say everybody else? You heard how he said that? He was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Something like 20. He wanted like 20. You made 20K, bro, on your first deal?
Yeah.
Golly, $20,000 on your first deal. I only made $6 on my first deal.
Hey, man, you're a good teacher.
Ah, man, I appreciate that, man. You're a good student, bro. That's what you get for working. You only take a little bit of work, right?
Yeah, that one took a lot of work. Paid off, though.
Yeah. Hey, man, to the tune of $20,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, awesome. People are filing in. I see we got 701. We got some people that are coming in here and getting a little chiming noise. So that's awesome. Hold on, I don't know what Josh that is. Is that Josh, my brother Josh, or is that another Josh? I don't know. If that's Josh, my brother Josh, man, go be a dad, bro. Like, take a day off. It's okay. We'll understand. Josh, how you doing?
Really good.
All right, Michael. We got two Michaels, DeMarcus, Sean, Jalen. What's good? All right. Let's get this thing rolling, man. First of all, I want to talk about the importance of momentum and the importance of what you guys are doing in this 90-day challenge. So far, I'm sorry, I didn't mute everybody. All right, cool. The importance of momentum and what we're doing in the 90-day challenge. So on Sunday, I gave you guys the 90-day challenge. If you guys are new, if you're just now getting to the program, go into the download section. You're going to see for the month of October, print out that calendar and follow that. How many of you guys are doing that so far? You got it. Ramona's got it. LaKendra's got it. All right, cool. So Agatha's got it. Agatha, I did see your message. I was just doing 1,000 different things, but we're going to go over it today, okay? I didn't get a chance to look at the numbers, but it's going to tie right into what we're doing, okay? Guys, here's the importance of this, okay? Here's the importance of this thing. Sean has been seeing, he's on the call now, he's been seeing the fruits of this. I was speaking with someone else. Andre is going to start to see the fruits of this, okay? Going to these RIAs, and Sean, you can chime in here if you want, okay? You guys are going to find out that you are head and shoulders above some of these other wholesalers or so-called wholesalers. Logan, have you experienced that going to a couple RIAs?
Yeah, for sure, man. And especially in a market like Tulsa, it's pretty small. You kind of know all the wholesalers. Obviously there's dudes that are quiet and are killing it, but
yeah,
definitely.
So Sean has people that is already asking him. I don't know if Logan, this has happened to you. They're already asking him to train him. Okay. And Logan, you've seen the same thing. Ramona, you can kind of go with that. I see you shaking your head. I don't know if that was a yes to me or someone else. Okay. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. People are like literally coming to him saying, yo, can you train me? Right. So the importance of going to these RIAs is so super important. You don't see the value in it right now. But what's going to start to happen is that you're going to people are going to bring up questions. They're going to bring up problems. And because you're on these calls, because you're actually studying this stuff, right? Because you're engulfed and you're engaged in this throughout the week, you're going to ramp up really, really quick. And you're going to be like, oh, snap, I know the answers to that question. And you're going to raise your hand. Oh, I got the answer for that. Or I can work this problem out. Okay. Or how about this solution? That's why today we're going to go through some creative stuff. We're going to start off with the easy stuff. And we're going to start doing some creative things. And then we're going to end with Agatha's deal that she's working on right now. All right. So you're going to be able to start to pick out some of these issues that wholesalers are having, and you're going to be able to solve problems. And what that's going to do is going to make you a leader in your market And you're going to see that if you follow some of these steps, what's going on, Mo? You're going to start to see if you follow these steps that deals are going to start to come to you. Sean is living proof of this. Like I said, Logan's probably living proof of this. People are coming to them saying, bro, I got this deal. The contract's already signed. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing now. How many of you guys would like JV money, right? That you don't have to go out and actually go find the lead. You can just bring the buyer that you already have, right? It's really simple, okay? So going to these RIAs, that's why in that calendar that we talked about on Sunday, I need you guys to follow through with that. You might not understand what we're doing here, but I'm going to put you in a position where you're a normal face in those RIAs, and now you're going to be able to basically be a thought leader within your own little community, okay? And people are going to start to reach out to you. I promise you, this is how it works. But you have to know what you're talking about. So you have
Hey,
to,
Tommy.
what would you say, Logan?
I just wanted to chime in, if that's all right. But
Yeah, go ahead.
it's not just wholesalers that come to you too. Like, I had a realtor come to me, and she's got a guy that's looking to do like a $2 million purchase on an apartment complex. And so she's wanting to work with me because she wants me to pull the leads and do like the back end stuff. So, and that's just an example of, if I close that deal, it's obviously going to be a big one. So
Yes. Yep. You only need a couple of those to get your life right. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
I want you guys to stay involved, man. You have to go to these meetups. You have to go to these RIAs. I'm doing a meetup tomorrow. Why do you guys think I decided to take the time out to do a meetup? Right? It's to brand myself. It's to give myself more exposure, right? It's also to help you guys. I want you guys to be able to come to the meetup and ask questions. You know, you can see that I'm a real person. I'm normal dude, right? But it also helps me brand myself. So when people have a house, I'm top of mind, okay? And I want you guys to be top of mind. I want you guys to be the first people that they think to come to in your respective markets, okay? So with that in mind, make sure some of you, I know it's okay. Some of you already fell off the calendar. Y'all didn't do exactly what you were supposed to do. It's all right. It's all right. Get back on the calendar, okay? It's a constant grind. I guarantee you, you start doing it, it's a constant grind. You'll start to see some fruits of your labor. All right, so real quick, pen and paper. If you're driving, obviously you're driving, don't do pen and paper. Keep your eye on the road, okay? But we're gonna work out some problems. We're gonna go over some basic stuff, and then we're gonna get a little bit more difficult, right? So here's what we're doing today. I want you guys to, even if you're brand new, even if you haven't gotten, we got some people that literally just got got into the program today, right? Congratulations, welcome everybody. So even if you're first time and you have no idea, just try to follow along. I promise you, eventually, after about your second week, you're gonna be able to pick up on this stuff, and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. We're gonna force feed you this stuff. We're gonna force feed it because I need you guys to get paid. I need you guys to get your first check, all right? Or second or fifth or 10th, or wherever you guys are at, all right? So write this down. So we're gonna start off real simple. Just a nice little warm up. I'm doing these off the top of my head. ARV, after repair value, ARV is $125,000, okay? $125,000. Your repair cost is $53,000. Your repair cost is $53,000, okay? Because your wholesale fee is determined off of a couple of things, namely how much you want to make and how low you can get the price, we're just going to give you, I'm going to say everybody all together wants to make $10,000, all right? So don't make up your own wholesaling fee. You're trying to make 10K, okay? All right? And let me see, I want to know what your MAO is. MAO, maximum allowable offer. This is a simple one. We should get through this one really quick. If it's your first time on here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Just hang around. When you guys get the answer, go ahead and put it in the chat. I have to do the math myself, so hopefully I can remember what the heck I told you guys. So 120, I said 125 on the ARV, correct? 125. Okay, and I said 53 on the repairs. and we said we're making 10,000 on our wholesaling fees. Let me see. Let's see what we got. Okay, I'm liking it. All right, we got, is it two Michaels, or is that Michael who logged in twice trying to be a overachiever? So I got one Michael with the correct answer, one Michael with the wrong answer. Listen, if I'm calling you out, like, we're all family, all right? So don't take it, don't take it personal, right? You got a wrong answer, you got a wrong answer. Don't worry about it. We're gonna make fun of you anyway, because we love you. So 24.5, I got a 62, I got a 24.5, 24.5, 24.5, I got a 30, 24.5, 62. Someone said 2 miles. Bruh, we got some talking to do. 2 miles, what do you mean 2 miles? 24.5, I gave this a wait, 23, 24.5, 39.5 to 62. Okay, so as you guys, you can bring your answers in here. You can throw them in here. Don't be shy. All right. So let's do this. Through the magic of technology, we're gonna go look at this whiteboard. All right. So we said ARV. Somebody's off mute. Everybody just check to see if you're on mute, because I don't have to close this thing out. So we got an ARV. I said of 125. Correct. That's what I said. 125,000. All right. After repair value, after we fix it up and make it look like HGTV. So now, what do we have to do? We have to times this times 0.7, correct? That's going to give us our investors, the end investor, the person who's going to buy it, fix it, and flip it. That's going to create their profit margin. So 125,000 times 0.7, which represents 70% of 125, equals, somebody please put your I think it's, oh, never mind, I think I can do it. I'm gonna call you out, Antoine. 87.5, okay? $87,500. What does this represent? This represents the all-in for the end investor, okay? All in, meaning if Ramona sells me this deal, if I can be in, if I could buy it, pay Ramona her fee, if I can renovate it for $53,000, and I can get into that thing for $87,500, I have a gross profit margin of 30%, which is the difference between $125,000 and $87,500. Okay, follow along with that. But now I said, let me erase this real quick. Now I said that my repairs are $53,000. So now we got to subtract $53,000. That is what I said for repairs. I should have wrote this down. 53,000. Believe it or not, that is a zero. It's hard to do this thing on this. All right. So we got $87,500 minus $53,000. That's $34,500. So you guys can kind of see, if you put in 62, we already know we're not right. Okay, that's okay. We're going to learn now. Now we're going to subtract what? Our wholesaling fee, $10,000. So we're subtracting this 10,000, which you guys could do the math, $24,500. Okay, so this $24,500 is our MAO, maximum allowable offer. What does that represent? That's it. That $24,500 is the most I can get this property under contract for. It's the most that I can give to this seller if I'm making $10,000, which in this particular example, I told you we are, okay? So let me go back to the chat. Any questions on that? Oh, 2 mics, not 2 miles. Okay, 2 mics. Got you. All right, so we can't forget that 0.7. Does everybody understand that, right? I know some people that have been in the class before. You guys are like, all right, I got it. I know it. Some new people, we got to make sure that we understand it. All right. All right. So Dex, it said it's 34. I did it. No problem, Dex. No problem. We got it right now, right? Thumbs up. Cool. Perfect. 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 All right. So let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. I'm making these up as I go. So actually, let me. So that way, because I'm gonna forget some of these numbers. Let's do a. Let me share. Let me go back to the whiteboard. Let's undo everything. Clear all drawings. All right, perfect. All right, here we go. Here we go. Another one. Relatively simple, not a big deal. All right, $97,000 ARV, a lower end market. Okay, 97,000 ARV. Okay, but our repairs are 21,000. 21,000. Okay, that's repairs. Okay, wholesaling fee. Our fee. We want 6,000. What's my MAO? Oops, that is an M. That was horrible. I got to redo that one. I can't let that one slide. MAO. Somebody give it to me. Man, why is this thing acting up? Let me do my math real quick. All right. Let me go to the chat. All right. Okay, we got 40,009, 40,009, 40,009, 40,009, 61,9, 40,009, 40,009, 40,009, 40,009. No. So 40,009 is the correct answer. Ramona, do me a favor. Come off mute. Are you off mute? Let me try to unmute you. I can never unmute you, Ramona. I don't know. You have like, I feel like it's like a child lock, and I'm the child. There you go.
That's the first time I've ever heard somebody tell me they can't shut me up.
All right. So what's the 61.9? Did you forget the repairs? Is that what it is? That's what it looks like.
I'm looking at what I forgot. I am looking at what I forgot.
It looks like if you'd have took that, let me see if I'm just looking at it. If you take 21,000, if you take your 61.9 and you subtract the 21,000 in repairs, you would get 40,900. It looks like you forgot the repairs. Take off the repairs.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
All right.
I did.
All right, perfect. So we cleared that up. All right, so we're starting to get it, right? Even people that are new, it's 97,000 times 0.7 because we're creating that 30% profit margin, because as a flipper, I don't want to make no money. I have to have a 30% profit margin, right? So we're creating that 30% profit margin. We're subtracting the repairs. We're subtracting our wholesaling fee, and this is giving us our MAO, okay? All right, let's do something a little different. How do I stop this? This is in the way. All right, here we go. Rent. Yo, what is up with my... I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why the computer's acting up like this. Rent is $750 on average for this 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's do them a little more realistic. Let's on this 2-bedroom, 1-bath duplex. Okay. $750 per side on a 2-1 duplex. Okay. So we got rent, that's $750. And we have a purchase price, excuse me, a purchase price. I'm just going to put P.P. of 103. Okay, $103,000. All right. And so we have repairs. Repairs are pretty simple. We don't have to do much. We have repairs. Come on. There we go. It's like a lagger or something. We got repairs of $7,000 per side. Per side. Yo, what? I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it's taking so long to do this. Per side.
So we're doing both sides?
You tell me. Are you selling only one side of the duplex, or do you normally sell a duplex?
I mean, so I've seen some where one person owns one side and one person owns the other.
Sean, stop.
I'm dead serious, for real.
All right, so this is a duplex that one person owns.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right. Give me all these crazy scenarios. All right. So with this in mind, what is my return on investment? What is my ROI? Okay. What is my return on investment? So remember, this is somebody that's going to want, this is going to be some of these people that you want that are going to want, they're going to want rentals, right? So they're not going to care about the ARV as much. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. One thing. No, keep it that way. We'll keep it gross. We'll keep it gross for right now. We'll keep it gross. All right. We're going to keep it gross. So let me go to the chat. Let's see what you at. Bang, bang, chat. Anybody got something yet? Logan says 3.8, 7.6. All right. Let me wait till we got some more people in there. $5.6, 15.3. We got some 7.6. We got some disparity there. Oops. Bum, bum. Remember, keep it gross right now. All right, I'm gonna close it up here. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Here is your answer. We have a gross of 15.38, or you can just round it up to 15.4. Someone said 15.3. Marcus, I think you would probably put the 3.8. You're probably right. 15.4 Mo. Good. Some people are getting it. But I need everybody to get it. So we're going to work this thing out. So here we go. How in the world did I come up with 15.38? It's actually 15.38 something, right? So if you guys are working this thing out, get on your paper, all right? Get out your calculator and just walk through this with me, okay? All right, first thing we're gonna do, I'm zeroing my calculator out. For those of you guys that are driving, you can just watch, okay? Pay more attention to the road than me, but you know what I'm saying. So first thing we're gonna do is it's a duplex. So it's $750 in rent per side. So we take that $750 times 2. That's a gross monthly income of $1,500, okay? Now, what do we need to do to find a percentage for return on investment? All of our returns on investment are based off of what? A 12-month year. It's just like an APR, annual percentage return ratio, right? Or rate, excuse me. It's based off of 12 months. So for 1,500, we got to times that times 12. So times 12 equals $18,000 over a year. So remember, I said keep it gross. So this duplex if we were to rent it out in January for $750 per side, which is $1,500 total, $750 for side A, $750 for side B. And if they were to rent it out from January all the way to December, we would put $18,000 into our bank account, okay? Now that we know what that would make on a yearly basis, in order for us to figure out what our return on investment is, we have to know how much it costs to get into the investment, okay? So we're just doing basics. We're not gonna factor in closing costs and all those other things. I just want to keep it basic with the numbers that we have here. So in order for us to find out our return on investment, we have to take what we made for the year, okay, which is 18,000, okay? So we got to take what we made for the year, and we're going to divide by how much did it cost to get it to the point where we can rent it for $750 a side. So we know we have to purchase it for $103,000, but here's the kicker. It's $7,000 per side. That's why I wrote it all the way out. So that means I'm paying $7,000 for side A in order for me to get it to $750 a month. And I'm paying $7,000 for side B in order for me to get it to $750 a month, for a total of $14,000 in repairs. So we add up what it costs for us to get into the property. The purchase price of the property is $103 plus 14, which equals $117,000, okay? So we take our $18,000 and we divide it by 117K, okay? And when you do that, okay, you're dividing that bigger number into a smaller number, so you're gonna get up with a decimal, divided by 117,000. We get 15.384615. All you're gonna do is, just like you guys remember in high school, you move the decimal place over 2 spots and you get 15.38, right? Percent, because we got to turn that decimal into a percentage. And this equals that right there. Okay? All right. Let me stop real quick so I can see everybody's lovely faces. All right. Anybody got questions on that? Is that pretty straightforward? Questions on that? Sean said he forgot the 7. Dex, you got a question? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. You said, did you say divide 103 by 7K?
No, not the 103. Remember, I want you to look at it. Being able to look at it as the end investor is going to give you another glimpse into wholesaling. Okay, because can the end investor rent it out at $750 per month if he doesn't or she doesn't spend the $7,000 per side? No, right? They got to spend that $7,000 to get that top level rent. Okay. So yes, I have to purchase it for $103,000, but I can't get $750 a month in rent unless I make it rent ready. And so in the example, I gave you $7,000 is what it's going to take per side to make it rent ready. So we have to, as an end investor, if I'm the person, like when my first rental I bought the house for $11,000, but then I had to spend $3,000 to put a roof on it. Okay.
Okay.
So my total cost to get into that property was what? $11,000 plus $3,000, $14,000 total. So me as the end investor, that's what I care about. Like how much money is coming out of my pocket, right? Okay. So that's how you're going to figure. You can't forget about that. You have to add those repairs into it. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. Is this the same? Is this the same for apartments? This is an apartment essentially. But if you're talking about like multifamily, yes, you're gonna do the exact same thing. But we're gonna get a little more complicated. But I want to make sure that we have the basis of this. Okay. I want to use that exact same example. We're gonna go right back to it. So if you guys erased it, if you erased it, I want to show it to you again. We're gonna use that exact same example. Okay. The only difference is we need to take out operating expenses, okay? If you can find out what the operating expenses are, use those exact numbers. But as wholesalers, when we're trying to do this on the go, we're trying to figure out whether or not this is a good deal, what I need you to do is basically use this basic principle. Pretty much, it's actually kind of overestimating, but if you can make it work and get the property under contract for this amount, then you're good, okay? So I take out 35% for operating costs. Okay, so what does that mean? 10% out of that 35 is property management, because I don't want to have to do research on my tenants. I don't want to have to do those things. I just want to be able to collect my rent, okay? So I take 10% out for property management, 10% out of this monthly rent per side or for the whole unit. If you don't care if it's one unit or if you got 110 units, all right? You're taking 10% out for property management, okay? The second 10% is going to be property maintenance, cutting the grass. If a window busts, if a toilet breaks, you got to call the maintenance man. Okay, 10% for property maintenance. Sometimes you're not going to use that. That's okay, but you still need to budget for 10%. The third 10% is going to be for capital expenditures, CapEx as they call it. They'll say it. They'll abbreviate and they'll just say, "Hey, what'd you put for CapEx? What are you doing for CapEx?" 10% for CapEx. CapEx is those big purchases. So my air conditioner went out, right? It was $5,800 to get my air conditioner replaced. Or it was like $5,800, something like that. All right. But I know that there is a shelf life on a air conditioner, just like there's a shelf life on a roof, just like there's a shelf life on a hot water heater, right? So as an investor, I need to start saving now so I don't get hit with a $5,800 bill all at once. So we're taking 10% out for capital expenditures. And then the last 5% is for vacancies, okay? So 10 for property management, that's 10%. 10% for property maintenance, so 10 plus 10 is 20. 10% for capital expenditures, 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. 5% for vacancies, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 5 is 35%. So with that in mind, the 35% comes out of where? Where does that come out of? Where does that come out of? Somebody tell me.
The 18,000.
You can do it. Yeah, you can do it just like that. I take it out out of the monthly rent, but it works out exactly the same. I don't care if you take it out and wait up to the end, or if you take it out of the monthly. I'm sorry, I do take it out the annual. You're right. I take it out of the annual as well. But if you do it on a monthly basis, it still comes out exactly the same. So it's coming out of your operating income, your gross income, gross operating income. Okay. So that gross means just like you guys get a paycheck, right? You got your gross paycheck, and then you got after Uncle Sam reaches into your pockets and what's left over, and that's your net. So what we want to do is find out our net operating income. So we're going to take that 18,000. Somebody do that math for me. 18,000 and just subtract 35%. I can do it too, actually. 18, you just take yourself off mute. 11,700. That's what everybody got? That's what you got? If you have a calculator like this, most calculators now, the easiest way to do it is put that let me just do it here. Put that $18,000 in there, and literally, I don't know if you guys, it'll clear up. See the percent sign right there? All you're going to do is just hit subtract whatever you want. So I hit the subtract button, and we're saying 35%, and 35, and I hit the percent sign. And it's going to give me what that represents. So 35% of $18,000 is $6,300, but I want to know what's left over after I remove the 35%. So I have to hit the equal button, and it'll give me what's remaining after I take out the 35% what's remaining. What I feel, if this was a real deal, if this was my property, I could spend comfortably $11,700 because I've paid for my property management. I paid for my property maintenance. I put some money away for capital expenditures, and I put some money away for when I have a vacancy. And what's left over is mine for me to be able to spend. I can spend that on my rent. I can spend that on buying a car. I can spend that on going out on a vacation, okay? Because I have savings put aside. Everybody understand that? We're good with that? So this is what you're really going to do, because this is gross. I just want to get you to do this. Taking that number of 11,000, what was it, 11,700, what's my new ROI? What's my new ROI? Man, this worked out good. Let me see, go to my chat. Okay. All right. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Perfect. 11,008. 11,008. That's not our ROI though. All right. Holly Beth, you said 18. Okay, let's go over this because I need you guys to get this, because you're going to have properties that you're going to be in all rental neighborhoods and you're not going to find an ARV. Why? Because people are buying them and they're never selling them. So you're not going to be able to find out what it sold for because they bought it on the low, they fixed it up, but they never sold it. So the only way we're going to figure out whether or not this is a good deal is if we do this. So Holly Beth, let me see. Holly Beth, where are you at? Okay, take yourself. We got Holly Beth and Co. Right? Go ahead and let me take you off mute. Or you guys are off mute. Where did you get? What did you put? 18.
Well, that was before. I guess I'm still new at this. I haven't gotten to that section yet, so she's kind of coaching me. We got the 18. When we did, well, that was back when we were doing the 1,500 times the 12 months. I just put that in.
Oh, so I'm just
yeah,
late.
that was old.
We don't know what we're doing right now.
10% on the overall. After when you take the cost out, it should be, if I did the math right, I could be wrong. Is it 10%?
Absolutely right. 100% right. 100% right.
We still
So
don't know.
what does that represent? That represents a 10% return on investment.
That's still pretty good.
I took $117,000 out of my 401k. I borrowed $117,000 out of my my self-directed IRA, or I borrowed against my pension. And because my pension is only getting 6 or 7%. Okay. And I said, you know what, I could do better in the real estate market. And so I said, man, here's $117,000. And I want to get this duplex. But I need to know, is this a better return on investment than my pension? So I need to know what the monthly rents are, times that out times 12, take out all those expenses, and then divide that into what it costs for me to get into the property, that 117 that I took out of my pension or my 401k. And that lets me know what my return on investment is. Okay?
Got it.
Did I kind of understand? I know it's still a little fuzzy. Okay? But are we getting it? We kind of getting the concept of why we need to know this?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Perfect. All right. So now here's another question based off of this. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna share the screen again, go back to the whiteboard. Here it is, because this, we've been talking so far just as if it's just, you are the end investor, but you're a wholesaler. Oh, hold up. How do you make money off of something like this? Because you can see there's no wholesale fee in this, right? There's no wholesale fee in this. So how do I make money? This is how you make money. In our Finding Buyers section, there is a part where we talk about qualifying buyers. If you guys have been to that part, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to qualify our buyers, and every once in a while, you're going to find buyers that don't want to fix and flip. They have no desire to sell the property. They just want rentals. They're smart. They want long-term income, okay? And so one of your questions that you're going to ask them, you're going to say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, I know you're interested in this particular neighborhood. What type of return on investment do you like? Or they might refer to it as a cap rate, a capitalization rate. You'll hear it interchangeably, okay? But specifically, cap rate is really for multifamily, but you'll hear it on single family and residentials, right? What's the cap rate, or what's the return on investment that you typically look? What's going to make you buy? And they're going to say, oh, well, man, if I can get a 10 cap, or if I can get 10% return on my money, I'm buying all day. You say, okay, perfect. I put you down in my little book. I notate that you want 10% as a return on investment. and then I go hunt and find a property for you. But we see this is 10%, right? If they can, well, remember, we subtract the 35% from here. I just didn't write it down, right? We subtracted 35%, which gives us the 11,700, and then we took that 11,700 and divided by 117. You can see, really, if you just took 11,000 times 10, it would equal 117,000, right? You guys follow me on that? So 11,700 is 10% of $117,000. Make sense? So, but my wholesale fee isn't built in this. So you're like, man, well, I still need to know what I need to get this thing under contract for. Well, how much do you want to make, Mr. or Mrs. Wholesaler? I want to make $7,000. I want to make $7,000. But in order for this to work, my all-in price for my end investor has to be 117, because this number is not going to change. The rent's not going to go up because I want to make money. The repairs are not going to change because I want to make money. The only thing that I can affect to make this work is what? The purchase price. I have to negotiate with my seller. I have to negotiate with my seller to say, listen, man, I'd love to pay you $103,000. But because of the way this process works, and because we're going to have to pour extra money in it, and because honestly, we say $7,000, but you all know it. You've watched HGTV before. As soon as you open up that wall, you never know. We have to factor in some contingencies. The most that I can give you right now is $108,000. No, hold on. I didn't do that math right. It is 100. What's 100? I can't do the math right now. 103,000 minus 7,000. $96,000, Lord Almighty. The most I can give you is $96,000. So you can see where I built in my $7,000 cushion. You guys see that, right? You understand that? Yes, no, maybe, so, kind of, yeah. I can see some of your faces. Some of you guys just looking, no. All right, let me go through with this. Let me make sure you understand this. In order for me to have my wholesale fee, where am I going to put that? I'm going to put my fee right here. In order for me to have a wholesale fee of $7,000, okay, so I can get paid for my work that I've done, right? In order for me to have that, I can't change this to make my percentage to give me that 10% return on investment, right? I can't change that because I don't control what the rents are, okay? So this is something I can't change. The rents I can't change. I can't change the repair costs. Repair costs are repair costs, okay? I can't say I'm taking less from the repair costs to put in my pocket, okay? So the only thing that I can have some influence on is the purchase price with my seller. I need to be able to negotiate my seller, and I need to get them down. In this particular case, I'm saying that we want to make $7,000. I need to get them down $7,000 so they would sell me this property instead of at 103. I need to get them to sell it to me at 96. Okay? Because if they can sell it to me at 96,000, I can add the 7,000 to equal the 103. Okay? And then everything else is exactly the same. You guys get it? Yes, no, somebody let me know in the chat. Let me go back to seeing everybody's face because I'm not getting a response. You guys need to let me know. Yep, yes. Okay, thank you. Put it in the chat or give me a thumbs up or something. All right, perfect. Perfect. All right, so let's move on. Let's do one more. We're going to move on here. We're going to do something else besides, something else besides rentals. Guys, make sure you get this rental portion down, though. Understand this rental portion because I'm telling you, you're going to run into people. You're going to start to run into a lot more people that want rentals, okay? And you need to know how to make your money. You need to know what you need. Just like you have to have a MAO for a flip, you still need to know an MAO for a rental, okay? Let me see here. This is going to be the last one, and then we're going to do a real one with Agatha because she has a real deal that she's working on, okay? All right, here we go. I want first thing I want you guys to do is work it out. And I want you to don't put a number in the chat. I want you to put a yes or no. And the yes is it a deal? And the no is, no, it's not a deal. You guys don't put any numbers. Keep your numbers to yourself. You're going to put a yes for is it a deal, or no, it's not a deal. Just a yes and a no. That's the only thing I should see. So here we go. ARV. ARV is 185. Sorry. 185K, 185,000. That's the ARV. Okay. Person has a mortgage of 123. It's getting a little more complicated. Okay. Our repairs, though, are 15,000. Okay. Our seller wants, I'm just going to put S, wants. Our seller wants 10,000. Okay. And by the way, there is a past, they are behind on their mortgage, and this is a past due. So I'm just going to PD, not police department. Past due amount of $9,500. It means they're $9,500 in the rear on their mortgage. Okay. So, yes or no? Is this a deal? Yes or no? Is this a deal? Let me go in the chat. Okay, we got, let me see. Yes, yep. Yes, yes, got it. Yes, you get that money right away as a regular wholesale deal. So we would ask for 103. Yes, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. The yeses were for you guys to ask another question. All right, so my bad. So no deal, no deal, no deal, subject to, no deal, no deal, yes, as a subject to, yes, sub to, but subject gets nothing, yes, yes. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So we got some no's and some yeses. We got some conflicting information. All right, cool, 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 cool. So as a wholesale deal, both of you guys are right. As a wholesale deal, the answer is no. But really, is it a deal? Yes, it is a deal. It's a very lucrative deal. Okay, it's a very, very good deal. All right. So this is just an intro into this. We're gonna I'm gonna walk you through this. But a lot of wholesalers would walk away from this. A lot of wholesalers will walk away from this. Let's just do the math right off the top. Right off the top, Tippy, we're going to put that what? That ARV is the very first thing that's going into my calculator. $185,000 going into my calculator. Very first thing. I'm going to times it times my 0.7, just like I did before. It says my all in. Where if I was going to flip this, I need to be all in. That means I need to buy the property, repair the property, pay the wholesaler fee for $129,500. But we see right here, right off the top, we have a mortgage balance of $123,000. So if I pay off the mortgage balance of $123,000, that only leaves $6,500. I still haven't paid anything to my seller. I still haven't put any the $15,000 into repairs. I've made no money as a wholesaler. All right. And we still got to catch the mortgage up. Or actually, the mortgage will go with the payoff, okay, of $123,000. All right. So we can see that there's no money to be made in this particular deal as a wholesale deal. So if you said no as a wholesale deal, you're right. But the real question was, is it a deal? The answer is yes, it is a deal. This is why we need to put more tools in our toolkit, okay? We need to understand. A lot of wholesalers would look at this and run and walk away and say, oh, I'm wasting my time. You, because you're smart and you're getting this information, you're gonna say, yes, let's do this deal, okay? So here's the information that we need. We needed to know this payout, okay? We need to know this ARV, obviously. As always, this repairs. We need to know this, and we need to know this. If you have these things, you can figure out this deal, all right? So we're going to do what is called a subject to deal. Okay. We're going to do a subject to on this property. Okay. So what we need to know for the subject to is we need to know how long before this thing goes to auction. Okay. We need to know how long before this thing goes to auction. And so if this thing goes to auction in a couple of weeks, we got to pay this thing off quickly. Which means we got to get through this problem very, very fast. If it's not even on the auction block, they can get paid off on the back end. Okay, so let's keep it simple. We're going to keep it so that they get paid off on the back end. All right, that's $9,500. All right, some states you can be in the house for 2-3 years before it goes to auction. Okay, so Florida is definitely one of them. All right, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to figure out how much is it going to cost for us to get it to this 185. Because if I can get it to the 185, the bank can sell this. I mean, the bank can get their money once I sell it, but I have to be able to get it to the 100 to make it evaluate to 185,000 so we can stick it on the MLS and sell it. Okay. Now, don't take in consideration real estate agent costs. I don't want you thinking about that right now. I want you to keep it basic right now. Okay. Don't worry about the real estate costs. You guys who are already kind of working ahead and working on and said that you can do a subject to, let me see your number. Let me see your number. Start to do the math and figure out how much it's going to cost. I mean, how much profit we could make off of this. For those of you who don't know how to do this, follow along with me, okay? So we know the bank is going to get paid. Pay attention. The bank is going to get paid at the end. So we're not worried about this 123 right now, okay? What we are worried about, in order for us to do this, and we said that this 9,500, we're going to pay this 9,500 off within when this gets paid. Okay, I'm just giving you this as an example. We can work it out both ways, which will give you this example. So what does that mean? In order for me to get into this property, I need to put these two together because I need to pay my seller $10,000 because the seller is going to deed me the property, meaning I'm going to own the property. They are going to still own the mortgage. They're still going to be on the mortgage. But in order for them to do that, they're going to pay $10,000, or I'm going to pay $10,000. And then I'm also going to have to pay $15,000 to repair it. All right. So in order for me to get into the property, I'm going to have to come up with $25,000. Okay. So pay attention. $25,000 just came out of my pocket. Don't worry about closing costs right now. Okay. Don't worry about those. All right. We're going to pretend like in Florida, where you can be in the house for 2-3 years. All right. All right. So, and I just know that because I went through a foreclosure in Florida. Right. We were in the house for about 2 years before they foreclosed on it. So 2 years. So we're going to say this 9,500 is going to get paid off. We are going to have to pay the mortgage as the new owner of the house. Okay. But we're going to talk about that later. But basic numbers, I got into this property for $25,000. Now, $25,000 came out of my bank account, but now I can sell this for $185,000. Once I sell it for $185,000, this $123,000 goes to the mortgage. Well, you say, what about the $9,500? Well, the $9,500 is a part of the $123,000 because this is the total balance on the mortgage. This is the total balance, which means the total balance means this $99,500 is a part of this $123,000. So when I pay this $123,000 off, it also pays off this $9,500. So don't add that in there unless this thing is going to auction immediately, then you're going to have to pay this off. Does that make sense? Everybody follow me on that? Okay. So I told you in this example, the $9,500, we're in Florida. It's going to take 2 years. They can wait to get their money as long as we're just making payments on a regular basis so we don't go more in the hole. So if that's the case, we can do easy math here now. 185,000 minus paying off the bank, 123, is $62,000. Oh, there you go, $62,000, okay? So $62,000, this is gross now, all right? We're not gonna get complicated and talk about taxes, calculating the taxes and paying the closing costs and attorneys and all that stuff. We're gonna keep it real basic for right now. $62,000, but how much came out of my pocket at first? 25. So I got to put that 25,000 back into my pocket. That gives me a profit of $37,000 gross. A 37. So I took a problem that most wholesalers would say, this doesn't work. This is not a good deal. And I turned it into $37,000. Okay. So let me pause. Let me pause this. Let's open this up for questions. Let's open it up for questions. Ramona said, will the bank forgive the past due balance? No, we're paying the bank the past due balance, Ramona. We're going to pay them. It's just, they just got to wait. They got to wait until I put the $15,000 repair. You're talking about a month's time. That's not a big repair job, right? We're talking about small things. Okay. So the bank is they just got to wait until they're the only, and that's exactly how I explain it to the seller. I say, Ramona, you're going to play my seller. I say, Ramona, here's how this works. I'm going to give you $10,000. You're going to deed me over the property. All right. There's some checks and balances on both sides. Okay. You're going to deed me over the property, but the mortgage is going to stay in your name. It's going to look like you're still paying the mortgage. I'm going to pay the mortgage. The only difference is I'm going to get your login and your user. I'm going to go on the computer and I'm going to pay the, $1,100 a month in mortgage. Okay. So it's going to look like it's being paid on your end. You are still responsible for the mortgage on paper, but I am the one that's paying the mortgage. So the checks and balances are this, Ramona. Deeding the property over to me makes me the owner of the property. Okay. But I'm also paying you $10,000 and I'm paying $15,000 to repair this. Now I'm a businessman, Ramona. I'm not in the business of throwing away $25,000. There's no way I'm going to spend $25,000 and then default on the mortgage. That just wouldn't make sense, right? We can agree that doesn't make sense. So the check on my side is that, you deeded me the property. You can't, after I spend $15,000 and make it look like HGTV, you can't take the property and run off with my money. I know you wouldn't do that, but there's some people out there that would. So that's the check on my side. The checks and balance on your side is that you know that I'm not going to spend $25,000 and then walk away from the property. That would just be a dumb business move. I'd be wasting $25,000. And if I did, guess what? Then it reverts back to you, and you just got a house that's modified. That's repaired, and you didn't have to do anything for it. Okay, so there's checks and balances on both sides. Now here's the best part about this, Ramona. The only people that got to wait to get their money is the bank. They just got to wait. Okay, you're going to get your money right away. Right at closing, you're going to get a $10,000 check slid over across the table. We're going to eat some chocolates. We're going to laugh. We're going to joke. We're going to have a good time. And you're going to get $10K. Okay, you're going to get to walk away from this problem. You're not going to have to make mortgage payments on it. I'm making the mortgage payments, and you got $10,000 and a whole bunch of chocolate. The only people that have to wait is the bank. Okay, and when you say it like that, you're like, shoot, I don't like the bank anyway. Of course they're going to have to wait, right? They don't care at that point, all right? And that's exactly true. When we get into this deal, I'm going to spend $15,000. I'm going to be in and out of it in a month. We're going to stick this thing on the MLS. It's going to sell like this, and then we're going to pay off the bank, and we're going to collect what's left over. Does that make sense? Everybody getting this, right? Everybody getting it? Everybody getting it? All right, perfect. This is something that a lot of people don't do, right? This is called a subject to deal. Subject to, not the number two, even though a lot of people say it like that, and that's okay. But it's subject to, T-O, subject to pre-existing financing, a pre-existing mortgage, all right? All right. Sub to, Alan said yes, so do we factor in the monthly payments? Lenny, yes, you would. As an investor, if you were doing this, you would factor in the monthly payments. As a wholesaler, you're going to get the monthly payments. You're going to make that aware, or make your end buyer aware of that, but you don't factor that in to how you would make money, okay? Because you don't know if they're going to hold it for a month or if they're going to hold it for a year. There's some companies out there, their whole strategy is to get into a property and then hold it for 6-7 years, because they know it on average it's going to appraise 3% per year. So if the 7 years it's went up, someone else been paying the mortgage because they put a tenant in it, and it's appraised 21% on average, right? And then they sell it. So I don't know what their strategy is, so you can't factor that in, all right? I just read that one. You pay the holding cost until cash out. Yes, Alan, You would. If you were the end investor, if this was your deal, you would pay holding costs. So you would have to pay the mortgage, taxes and insurance, okay, for as long as you decide to hold it, okay? So that's something. So if you want to flip it, if your goal is to flip it and make that $37,000 gross, let's say you're a real estate agent, let's say you're a real estate broker, so you don't have to worry about paying real estate commission costs, right? So you're really taking that $37,000 and you're putting it in your pocket, right? And you got so-and-so to do your closing for free, right? So you're not worrying about paying closing costs. You would take $37,000 and you would put it in your pocket. Now, if you don't sell it, every month that you hold it, you're going to subtract, let's just say the mortgage is $1,000. Every month that you hold it, that's $1,000 less that you're making overall, right? Because you got to pay $1,000 to pay the mortgage and the taxes and insurance, right? So if you hold it for 2 months, that's 2 months worth of mortgage. Hold it for five, that's 5 months worth of mortgage. So we could just do the math on that. Every month you hold it, if you're looking to fix and flip it and it's vacant, if every month that we hold it, it's less money in our bank account. Do you contact the bank to switch payments? No, Sasha. No. We don't talk to the bank at all. There is a due on sale clause on pretty much every single mortgage. I don't even think they do mortgages without due on sale clauses. What does due on sale clause mean? It means that if the bank finds out that what you're doing is not illegal, okay, it's a subject to, it's perfectly legal, but in the original borrower's mortgage clause, there is something called a due on sale clause, meaning that any point that there is any transfer of ownership or perceived transfer of ownership. A lot of people don't know that the perception of transfer of ownership is, in the court's eyes, is any leases that are longer than 3 years. Anything over 3 years is also be considered a transfer of ownership, which means a bank could call the loan due, technically. All right. So what that due on sale clause means is that if I find out, if I'm Bank of America and Sasha, you're doing this, and I find out that you did this, if I wanted to, I can say, you know that $123,000? Yeah, you're violated the due on sale clause. You owe me, well, not really you, Sasha. The other person owes the 123, and if they don't pay it, we're taking the house back, which obviously affects you, right? So, but that hardly ever happens, ever. It just almost never happens because the banks are not in a rental or a real estate business. They're in the money business. Okay. How does this play out and have liens behind? If Alan, we didn't throw that monkey wrench into it. I'm keeping it basic, but good question. How does it play out if they have liens and behind on taxes? We're going to find that out all during when our closing attorney is doing that discovery phase, right? So we're going to know that beforehand. Does that make sense? We're going to know what that is beforehand. Where's my fee? Lenny says, where's my fee? So Lenny, in this particular case, we just did it just as an easy example. But if we go back to it, where can we, I've done 2 of these deals where I've made money as a wholesaler. I actually wholesaled the deal. So this is if you're going to keep it and do it yourself, right? You wholesale a couple of deals, you got a spare $25K lounging around, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, you got $25K everywhere. You just got $25,000 underneath your sofa. You got another $25,000 next to the Captain Crunch. There's money all over your house, right? So you got this spare 25. This is you taking this deal. If you don't have the 25, how do I make money as a wholesaler? Well, I can't affect as a wholesaler. I can't affect this mortgage, right? I don't have the influence to affect a whole neighborhood's ARV. You know, I'm truthful. So I'm not going to lie and say that, oh, because I want to make money, the repair costs are now less. Where do you think it can come from? It has to come from the seller. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, listen, I'd love to give you $10,000. But honestly, in order for us to make this deal happen, the most that we can give you right now is $5,000 because I want to make 5,000. And if you don't want to make 5,000, cool. Maybe you want to make 3. Maybe you're okay with 2. Maybe you're okay with 1. I don't know. But if I want to make $5,000, the only place that I can take this from is here. The seller has to come down on their price so I can get paid. Okay. That's exactly what happened on one of my deals. made $5,000 on a deal that's very similar to this. Okay. The closing looked almost exactly the same. It was actually just as quick. Okay. I see some questions in chat. All right. Where's my fee? So the deal. Let me go to, because I think Susie has had her hand up. And Denard has had his hand up. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Susie first. And then we're gonna go, and we're gonna, hold you. Everybody else hold their other questions, because what I want to get onto Agatha's deal.
Okay.
Go ahead, Susie.
Thanks so much, Tommy. You could tell me happy birthday. Today's my birthday too.
Oh,
Yes. I have that deal I spoke to you about on Sunday. I have a little bit better of an ARV, but I just wanted some clarity on it because I on a couple points with that, and hopefully I can just get it together. Seller, she will take less money, so which is a good thing. Well, she has no other choice basically, but I just wanted to run these numbers for you.
Okay. Hold on. Let's share it on the whiteboard.
Okay. Okay. So the ARV, okay, is 203,400. Okay. Yeah.
203.
400.
Okay.
And then 70% of that is 142,380.
So we're times in
9.7, right?
We're times in 0.7.
Right.
And you said it equals what?
142,380.
142,380. So that's our all budget for our end investor.
Right. Okay. So that's what. So to my understanding, that's the end that all the money that the investor knows that he or she is going to have to pay out to get this property.
Yes.
Okay. So that now minus $35,000, we're saying for repairs, leaves us with $107,380.
Correct.
All right. Now, from that $107,380 is my fee, and from that. So, and what the owner wants to get out of it, she's trying to. I mean, minimum $10,000. She's trying to get out of it. And I'd like to get. Actually, she could get about 10,700 or so, but just for round numbers, and I'd like to get 10,000 out of that too.
Okay.
Now the thing is, she has a mortgage of $87,000. Okay, on that. So,
perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm okay. What did you find? Blessing on it.
We out here getting paid. Is that what we doing, Susie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, everybody see this, right? We found this. We're doing this. There's a reason why we're doing this, right? So she found out that the after repair value on this house is $203,400. We're going to multiply 0.7 to give us our 30% margin, because I have to sell this to an investor who's going to invest money into it to fix it in order to make a 30% gross profit of this 142,380. Now she said we're subtracting $35,000 in repairs. $35,000 has to make it worth $203,400. So it's very important that we get our repair costs correct.
Right.
So we got repair costs of $35,000. It gives us $107,380.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we could do it either way. I probably could have took out the $87,000 for the mortgage, but let's just do it the way you said it. I would just do it in the exact same order that you brought it. So you said you wanted to make 10,000. So she subtracted 10,000 from here. That brought it to $97,380. Then you said the mortgage was $87,000.
Right. So
we minus $87,000, which means we can give our seller what she said she wanted. Actually, a little bit more than what she wanted. $10,380. Actually, my math is off. I should have put 380. But you guys know, I got excited.
Right.
All right. So this would be $10,380. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. That's good stuff.
All right.
I'm
still. Yeah, she's going to sign it, but I just want to make Sure. And I wanted to ask you a question about the contract too, because I noticed on the contract that you had in the packet, it doesn't have, or at least unless I'm looking at the wrong thing, it doesn't have like the end date, like, or should I insert that? Because I'm, or should I make a line for that? I didn't notice it saying, from this date to that date.
It does have an end date.
Okay, so I must be looking at the wrong thing then.
Are you looking at the option to purchase real estate?
I thought so. Okay, but that's the one I need to look at, option to purchase. All right. For some reason, I don't know, I didn't see it, but I didn't see a date from to, from today's date to whatever date. I don't know why I didn't see it. Maybe I didn't look at it as well as I should.
Yeah, so maybe that might have happened. Let me go through it real quick. All right. So, let's see.
Thank you, everybody, for the happy birthdays. I appreciate that.
All right. Option to purchase real estate, property. Oops. Hold on. Wrong one. Click the wrong button. Save and view. I need to do that.
So that's my birthday gift to myself to get this deal.
That's a good birthday gift.
Yep.
Okay. Let me hear. Now I can share my screen.
I must have been looking at the wrong thing.
Wrong one.
Yeah.
All right. This thing is always in the way. Options to purchase real estate. So we have our inspection period. You're going to do 10 days. Earnest money deposit is going to be $100. Date of closing will be on or before. This is your date. Right?
I guess I was looking at the wrong thing. Options to purchase.
Yeah.
So I like to put it out. I was thinking of putting it out like 45 days. She'll work with me, but
yeah. So put it out 45 days. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Always ask for more. Always ask for what's better in your favor, and then see if there's any pushback. If there's no pushback, then they agree upon it. Cool.
Just go with it.
Right. So the 45 days is going to be based off of the day that she, whatever day she signs it.
Right. And you say with the earnest money is that she give her $100
yeah.
or whatever, that's a fear.
It's how you're going to explain it. If you explain it like, oh, it's only $100, they're going to take it like that. Mm-hmm. But when I explain it, I say, listen, hey Susie, we're going to do an earnest money deposit. I'm just going to put $100 on it because that's exactly what my closing attorney is going to, request. They won't even start the process unless I put $100 up there. It's really more of a formality than anything else. And that just gets the ball rolling. All right. So from there, we're going to go right down and just go right into number 6, which is provisions. I'm just going to read them out one by one. All right. So you see how I just flowed with it, right? I'm just assuming that this is not a problem. I'm just going to act like this is normal, which it is. Right. But if you're like, all right, so number 5, all right, so just hear me out, okay? The earnest money deposit is only going to be $100, all right? And I'm going to pay it to the attorney, okay? But it's only $100. If I say it like that, of course they're going to be like, what? Only $100? That's how they're going to take it, right? So yeah, so just nice and smooth, like it's like you do this every day. Like this is the 10th one you did this week.
Right. So that $100, at what point does it change hands, for me to give to whoever?
The way I do it, it never comes out of my pocket. Okay. I don't ever pay anything, right? I don't pay anything. Now you can, but I don't, right?
Okay.
So what's going to happen is $100, well, on paper is going to say that it's going on an earnest money deposit. Within my 10-day inspection period, I'm going to find a buyer, right? That buyer is then going to put up earnest money, and that buyer is going to put up $1,000 in earnest money. $1,000 is more than 100, right? So that $1,000 is going to go in as earnest money, all right? That's going to seal all the deals, and if anything goes wrong, and there's an earnest in my assignment contract, that $1,000 that is that the end buyer puts down as EMD, as earnest money deposit, that $1,000, according to my assignment contract, belongs to me. Out of that 1,000, I got to pay 100 because that's what I agreed to on paper with the seller is 100.
Mm-hmm.
So even if my buyer backs out, I'm going to profit 900. 900 is going to go in my pocket.
Oh, wow.
$100 is going to go to the seller because that's what we agreed upon.
Okay. Okay. So there's no stipulation.
Two completely different contracts. Two contracts being signed by two completely different people. On this agreement with my seller, let's just say LaKendra is my seller. LaKendra agrees to take $100 earnest money deposit. Okay. Logan is my buyer. Logan is saying, hey, I want this house. I'm gonna put up $1,000 earnest money. And if I back out, Tommy, you can have this $1,000. We go past in my clauses, there is no, for Logan, who's the buyer, there is no due diligence clause or due diligence days. I got rid of that. So once he signs, that's it. Once he signs and pays that $1,000, unless I cannot provide marketable title, which means I can't legally transfer the ownership to him, as soon as he can't get that money back. Okay. Okay. That really makes sure that you're dealing with some serious buyers. Okay. So once he does that, that $1,000 is mine. I know for a fact, unless I cannot provide marketable title, that I'm getting paid. Now, let's say he decides, I can't do it anymore, Tommy. All right. Well, you lost your $1,000, but I still got to pay LaKendra her 100. So the closing attorney is going to look at it and say, oh, LaKendra gets 100. Tommy, you get 900. Here's your money. Have a good day.
So because I figure I'll already have that 9. When he gives me 1,000, I mean, I'm putting it aside or whatever at closing.
No. It's going to the closing attorney. It is not written out. It's not a check that's written out to Susie. It's not a check that's, that, you hold on. You're not taking $1,000 cash. It's going into the closing. Oops, hold on. It's going into an escrow account.
I see.
Your closing attorney is going to send you a letter.
Okay.
Okay.
And this, if I may ask one more question, this lady, she lives in Florida, and when we do the closing, should I put something, because she has to take her stuff out of the house? That's why she needs the money too, so she could move out. Somewhere, how do I assure that in the closing process, that she'll, get a couple of days to clear out the house for them to do whatever the investor wants to do with the property? How do I assure that?
Everything is negotiable and in the contract. Okay.
Okay.
Everything is negotiable. So, here, let me show you this real quick. So this is the benefit of you guys getting this, so you don't get blindsided by these things later on. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. So you at least haven't been exposed to this stuff before it happens. Here we go. All right, let me try to zoom. Can I zoom in here? It won't let me zoom in. All right. So this is our closing attorney. All right. You can see this was just sent. This was sent yesterday. As you can see up here, yesterday at 3:48, because we're in the middle of a closing, right? So the wire instructions. Normally, it'll go from the attorney directly to the end buyer. Okay, they really shouldn't have sent this to me. They should have sent it directly to the end buyer, because it should. And for you guys in the future, when you're buying properties, make sure that your closing attorney is sending you directly from their company email straight to you. Because Andy sent this to me, because he just knows me. He sent this to me and then had me send it to the end buyer. Well, if I wanted to change this account number to my account number, but with his name on it, the end buyer, when he goes to wire the money over, he could be wiring me all of that money, and I could just walk away with it and say I never got it, right? I mean, they'll be able to figure it out, but there's some unscrupulous people out there, right? So make sure, don't do it like this. Make sure you do it. But this is what it's going to look like, something similar to it. It's very straightforward. These are the wiring instructions. This is going to Andy Shuping, who's our attorney, right, in Atlanta, is going to his escrow account, okay? And that money is going to go into his escrow account, okay? Now, We got the confirmation today at 4:24. Look, confirmation number. Boom. That's the confirmation number of earnest money. Wire amount, $1,000. Okay. You guys see that right there, right? So this is the process. This is what's going to look like. This just happened today on a property that we're working on in Atlanta. Okay. Our team is doing a phenomenal job off of. They're doing a lot of work on it, and they're holding this thing together. So this is a $25,000 wholesale fee. Okay. So you guys can do this stuff. It's very simple, right? So seeing that, you won't get blindsided in the future. Okay, I know what this is going to look like. I know I should be getting an email from the attorney, not from some random person. Okay? Cool?
Thank you.
No problem. So you're going to have your closing attorney. You're going to give your closing attorney the end buyer's email address, and they're going to email them directly. Okay? They shouldn't have. In this particular case, he emailed me. He really shouldn't have. He should have went from him to the end buyer. Right? All right, Denard. Sorry, that was a long explanation. I gotta get to Agatha. I gotta get to her. So I'm going to Denard, and I'm going to Agatha as we go over her deal.
I got a simple question. Well, I just was trying to see. I went over to qualify the buyers. I looked at the module before, but I went and looked at how to find buyers again. Module 15.
Yep.
I didn't see what you was talking about how to qualify the buyers. I was trying to see if I was looking at the wrong module.
No, you're looking. I think you're looking at the right module. It might be in another meeting, another one. But let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about it right now. Since your question, you have it right now. All right. Okay. Let's do this here. All right. Okay. Here we go. So, how to qualify buyers? How to qualify buyers? Okay. So we found someone who is interested in, getting on our buyers list. We're picky on who we allow on our buyers list. We just don't want anybody on our buyers list because we have a lot of people that say that they're buyers that aren't really buyers. Okay. And we want to weed out who's a real buyer versus who's one of those fake buyers. Okay. So here's some of the questions we want to ask. We want to start with the least evasive questions first. The least evasive questions first. So, Denard, you're going to be my buyer. All right. So we're just going to have a conversation. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, hey, Denard, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am well, man. I'm really excited to talk to you. I understand that you're looking to purchase some property in the Atlanta area. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking for a property.
Oh, man, that's perfect. It's perfect, man. Well, real quick, man, we're really, really serious about finding you the perfect property for you and your business. And because we're so serious, we have just a couple of quick questions. It's only going to take about 5 minutes. And we'll ask you a couple of questions. We'll get exactly what you're looking for so I can go out there and hunt for a property for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Perfect, man. Perfect. All right, real quick, man, what area are you looking to purchase at? Like, what area are you looking in?
I was thinking maybe like close to downtown.
Close to the downtown area?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. No problem, man. What type of properties do you typically like? Are you into, fix and flips, or do you like rentals? What's your thing?
I'm looking for a fix and flip at the moment.
You're looking for a fix and flip. Okay. Perfect. So ideally, man, if you can find your perfect house, a house that you would purchase from me, what does that look like? Do you have a minimum bedroom, bath configuration? What are you looking for?
I was thinking 3 bed on 2 bathrooms. That's probably the range I'm looking at right now.
A 3-bedroom, 2 bath. So I just want to be clear, Denard, if I find a 2-1 and it looks like it's a good deal, you wouldn't want to do it. You're stuck on at least a 3-2.
Nah, if it makes sense, I'll definitely do it. But I just prefer a 3-2, but I definitely do it if it makes sense.
Okay, so you would do it if the deal made sense. You would still do it, even though it's smaller than 3-2.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. Okay, so do you have a certain size? Do you have a certain style? Like anything that's really important to you? Like, man, I gotta have this or I don't buy. Anything like that with the house?
No. Just if it makes sense, it's a good buy.
All right. That's my type of investor, man. As long as it makes sense, as long as the money makes sense. Speaking of the money, like, what do you think would be an ideal purchase price for you? Like an all-in price?
Maybe 200,000.
About 200. That's your all-in budget. Now, is that including purchase and repair, or is that just purchase?
That's purchase and repair.
Purchase and repair. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we got our purchase and repair around 200. If I can get you all in at 200, you're good. What typically are you looking for, like return on investment? What does that look like for you? Like what percent are you looking for typically? You know, some people are looking for 22, 25. Some people are looking, obviously you want as much as possible. Realistically, if I brought you X, you would buy. What would that look like?
20 would be fine.
20 would be fine?
Yeah, 20 would be fine.
Awesome. So if I brought you something all in at $200,000 and you can get a gross profit of 20%, you'd be okay with that?
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. Awesome, man. So I got you at 200,000 with a 20% gross profit. I'm just curious, how many properties have you purchased in the last 12 months or so?
2 at the moment.
Oh, nice. All here in the Atlanta area?
Yes, all in the Atlanta area.
Oh, where are they at? What streets? I might have seen them. What's the addresses of those houses?
One of them was on 123 Main Street. The other one was on 1415 George Street.
1415. Oh, is that the one with the bright red door?
Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, okay. You did a really good job on that one. Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was a good one. So you made out pretty well with that one?
Yeah, I did pretty good. I actually did 30 on that one, but I just did good 30% on that one.
Okay, nice. Okay, perfect, man. So this is what I got, man. You might want to be closer to the downtown area. You'd prefer a 3-2, but you do a 2-1, even if it's a good deal. Your all-in budget is $200K, and you can get a 20% profit. And if I found you all of those things, what's something that would stop you from buying?
A bad neighborhood.
Okay, but if I put it in the neighborhood that you want, downtown, is there anything that would stop you? So if I brought you everything you just asked me, is there anything that would stop you from buying?
No. If you brought me everything I asked, I'm buying. Perfect.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Last question, Denard, man. I'll let you go, man. I know you're a busy man. Last question. If every time we might hit a home run. So if I hit a home run, meaning let's say I got a property under contract, man. I got that property under contract for $10,000, right?
Right.
Sold that property to you for $90,000, and I'm going to make $80,000 profit. And I hit this home run. It doesn't happen often, Denard, but it happens every once in a while. Do you have a problem with that, Denard?
No, I don't have no problem.
All right, that's what I like to hear, man. It doesn't happen often, but I like to know that I'm dealing with buyers that aren't counting my pockets, because I promise you, we're going to find you something great, and there are going to be some times where you make a lot more money than expected, and I'm not looking for a refund. I'm not going to count your pockets. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair with me.
Denard, we're going to do some great business together, man. I appreciate your time, and if you got any questions for me, you can ask me now. If not, next time you'll be hearing from me is when we find a property for you.
Okay. Have a nice one.
All right, perfect. All right, so you guys got to see how that works, right? You got to see how that works. So there's some questions I asked them, some very, very non-invasive questions like, hey, what type of properties do you like to purchase, right? But as we get deeper and deeper in the conversation, after I start to build up rapport, after I've made myself sound like a professional, right, I can start asking him about the money is in his pocket, okay? And I need to qualify him because I need to figure out whether or not he's serious or not. He told me he bought something off of 1430 George Street. Now, I'm going to go see 1430 George Street. Or maybe I already saw it because I said it was the one with the red door. But maybe I didn't see the one on 123 Main Street. So I'm going to research 123 Main Street to see if Denard actually purchased that property. Right? Another question I could have asked him is, does he purchase properties in his name or his business name? If it's his business name, what's his business name? Does he have any holding companies? So when I look it up, I can see, okay, yeah, this belongs to Denard. Make sense?
I got you. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. All right, Agatha. I was about to call you Agatha again. Agatha. We own one, Agatha. Let's get it. We got this property. Agatha has a real property she's working on. All right. Let's go to the whiteboard. All right, Agatha, give it to me. Let's make this big.
Okay, great.
Let me get this out of the way. Bang, bang, boom.
Well, Tommy, first, I just want to say thank you so much. I mean, this has been incredible. It's a little sad for me because I realize that I may not be getting a wholesaler's fee.
Let's see if we can make that work.
Yeah, but I'm definitely learning a lot, so it's great. But I'm
Awesome.
ready with the next.
Okay.
All right. So the ARV is 143.
ARV, $143,000. Okay, after repair value. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the questions that I definitely wanted to ask you though is in this particular neighborhood, the last house that sold was about 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago.
Okay. Are you getting that data from Zillow or are you getting that from a realtor?
Well, I got the information from Zillow.
Okay. So there might be some more things that have sold in that neighborhood because Zillow doesn't get all the data. But let's just work with what we got for right now so we can work on these numbers.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So the investors all in is 100K.
So this is 143 times our 0.7 to give us our 30% profit margin?
That is correct.
And what was that number?
100,000.
So we got this times 0.7. And you said, I'm sorry, I know you just told me again. What is it again?
Yep, it's 100K.
Oh, 100 even.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Hey, I'm being a little generous with the repairs because I think the roof may need to be redone.
Okay.
So I put repairs in at between 25 and 30,000 to be on the safe side.
I would probably go with 30.
Okay.
Let's do repairs for 30. Okay, so we're subtracting 30K from that, so that leaves us with 70, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. What else?
Okay. Well, that's not much is going on because the mortgage is 87.
The mortgage is what?
The mortgage, the payout mortgage is 87.
Ah, okay, so let's back up. Let's back up. So if we have a mortgage in place, we want to do that here. Okay. So our ARV is 143. We need for a wholesale deal, we're going to create a 30% profit margin. So we're times it times 0.7, which represents 70% of 143, which you told me is 100,000. All right. And then we got to subtract this mortgage. If we're looking at this as a wholesale deal, you said the mortgage is what?
87,000.
87K on the mortgage. Okay. All right. All right. So that leaves us with 13,000, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. What is this person's problem that we're solving? Is he or she can't pay the mortgage? Are they behind on the mortgage?
Yeah, they are 6 months behind on the mortgage. They did receive. I've been talking to her each day, and they just got a call from the bank today asking if they could have an appraiser call them.
Okay.
Yeah, to come out and assess the exterior and interior of the home.
Okay. So as a wholesale deal, knowing that we still have to pay $30,000 just to get it to appraise at that 143, we can see that this is not a deal. Okay. How much money does she want to put in her pocket?
Actually, we haven't talked about that because she really, each time we've talked about it, she just keeps saying they know that they're going to lose the house. So if there's anything possible that I can do, they're open
some
to
stuff
that.
to do. But if I'm gonna tell you right now, based off of the numbers, she's really not going to be able to get any money. Just looking at the numbers, with a $30,000 repair job to make it worth 143, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for her to get anything. Okay. The best case scenario, and this is what I would do. I would tell her just like this. Listen, ma'am, I'm going to fight to try to see what we can do to get you some money in your pocket. But really, one of the best things that you can do is not have this go against your credit. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't want you to, I wouldn't want you to lose your house. You get nothing and a bad credit report. Right. There's no sense in doing that. You got to understand the only people that can really help you with right now are somebody who has some money, an investor, and investors, just be honest with you, this is how we feed our family. This is what we do to make money. So we can't do it for free. Right. I know you understand that. Just like you go to work, you don't go to work for free. So we got to be able to make some money, and it's just a very, very slim. Honestly, I don't even know if we can do it, but I'm gonna try my hardest to do it. So I just set my seller up with the expectation that she might not be getting anything. And if I can squeeze out anything, if I can squeeze out $1,000, they're going to be grateful because we saved them from getting a foreclosure on their credit, and we at least put some money in their pocket.
Yes.
Okay. So the things that we're going to need to know about, if we can do that, is their mortgage payment, how far behind they are. I know you said they're 6 months, but just because their mortgage payment is, let's just say $1,000 and they're 6 months behind, doesn't mean that they owe $6,000 in behind mortgage, because the mortgage company is going to tack on their little fees. It might be over 6 months. It might be closer to $7,000. Okay, with all the little past due fees and stuff. All right. So we need to find out how much do we have to pay to get caught up, and we need to know how quickly this thing is moving to the going to the auction block. Because remember, like the example we gave before, where we're able to roll it in and just pay it off all at once. If we can do that, that's ideal. Okay.
So on one of them, I know that they are due about $12,000. And
what? Back mortgage?
Yes, because they have 2 mortgages.
Oh, okay. So we got 2 mortgages we got to pay off. One is for one is for 12.
Yes, and I'm trying to pull up the other one very quickly here.
Past due. I'm just gonna put PD for past due.
Mm-hmm.
Past due 1 on first mortgage, and then we got a what?
And the other one is they're behind 2,000, so a total of 15,000.
Okay. So do you know when this thing is going to auction?
They have not gotten the foreclosure letter yet, but she knows that it's coming.
All right, we need to find out when that's happening, and then you need to find out based off of the state that you're in, from the time that they get that foreclosure letter, how much time is it going to take to get it to the auction block? How much time do I have? Meaning, do I get the letter and then 6 months later it goes to auction, or do I get the letter and it can immediately go to auction? Because if that's the case, if we got 6 months, and let's say you said $30,000 worth of repairs, you put 30,000 in repairs, right?
Yes.
So you put 30K for repairs. So if that's the case, I can get into this property for $30,000. Maybe I might be able to throw her $1,000. So I can be all in this property for $31,000. So $31,000 comes out of my pocket. She deeds me over the property and they're subject to. I now am the owner of the property. I now have spent $31,000. I put $1,000 to her, and then I spent $30,000 repairing it, but now it's worth $143,000. So $143,000 is what I'm putting this thing on the MLS for. If I did my numbers right, that house should sell for $143,000. Okay, so real quick, take out your calculator, Agatha, and tell me what's the difference between $143,000 and $87,000.
1 second, sorry about that. 143 and
$143,000 minus $87,000.
It is a total of 56. 56,000.
So our gross profit off of this deal would be $56K in this particular case. But we spent how much to get into it?
31,000.
1,000 that we gave to the seller to walk away, and $30,000 that we had to use to repair it. So we subtract that 31. And we put $25,000 into our pocket off a property that would not have made sense. Now, mind you, that's gross. That's not you paying a real estate agent off of this. So you take 6% off of that, okay, up there. That's not including you paying closing costs. If you pay any on this side, definitely would pay some on this side, but it would be relatively small, okay? So it's going to be less than this 25. It's not the greatest deal in the world. It's not the greatest deal in the world. Honestly, I probably wouldn't do it as a subject to, because if I'm trying to do a subject to, I want at least double this number. So if if I'm gonna spend 31, I need to, in this particular case, I would need to make 62. That way I can pick my $31,000 back in my pocket and have $31,000 left over. Okay? That makes sense?
It does, yes.
Okay,
Are
perfect.
there any other option, or is just the two options?
There's options of, let me see, a little much for a lease option. So when I say lease option, it would be us facilitating a lease option for them and getting paid for doing that, or having it in an addendum that we're doing a lease option with the option to assign. So we could put that into an addendum, which essentially is the exact same thing. Any other options? Maybe figuring out what it would be as is. How much can I get this house sold for as is? So, okay, here we go. Same exact thing. These two mortgages are willing to wait, right? We got 6-9 months before it actually goes to auction block, and we get it under contract for $1,000. But let's just say it's worth the way it is. We can sell it for 110. So which means I only have to put $1,000 out of my pocket. I'm not fixing it up because the property's livable, right?
I believe so, yes. I did see the property.
So the property's livable, and
Yes.
let's in as-is condition. Let's say in as-is condition is worth 110. You would have to do those numbers, but you can figure those numbers out. Just find the ARV, or just find the value of the house, the appraised value as is, without you fixing it up. So if it's worth 110 and I can get into it for $1,000, I can close on it. They deed me over the property for $1,000. Now I'm paying the monthly mortgage, and I'm waiting. This is all waiting to get paid off on the back end, and I can sell it for 110. 110 minus the mortgage of 87. That's what the $23,000, right? And I got into it with 1,000. All right.
Yes.
All right. So that's another option. Okay. Find out what the price is, what you could sell it for without spending a dime on it.
Okay, so it sounds like that phone call came right on time. She should probably have them come out and assess the house.
Correct. In as-is condition.
Okay.
Because you already found the ARV of 143. You just need to know what it is as is.
Okay. Thank you, Tony.
All right. No problem. All right. We're going to wrap this thing up. I think one other person, at least they did have their hand up, but I think they left. Okay. First of all, Tommy, why do you have a Mac? Man, listen, Lenny. Don't start. I'm Apple all the way through, man. I almost got an Apple tattoo on the small of my back. All right. No, I didn't. I'm joking about that. That's a joke. I did not do that. It was not an apple. It was a pear. All right. So once again, happy birthday, Susie. Happy birthday. Go out. Listen, Susie, I done heard the horror stories. Stay out of the club, Susie. Stay out of the club. You've already been arrested 3 times. Don't get off of the tables, Susie. All right? Don't go crazy. Leave that Henny alone. No, I'm just playing with you. We love you, Susie. Have a happy birthday, and enjoy it. Hopefully that deal goes through. I think, Online 4. Hold on. Online 4 has a quick question. Go ahead, Online 4. I don't know who Online 4 is. What's your name?
On that, Crystal, can you hear me?
Crystal. What is going on, Crystal?
Cool. I just had a property that I seen that was vacant for like 10 years. And the neighbors said that I guess he's a doctor that lives in New York, and he kind of just like haven't had time to tend to come look at the property or do anything with it. So I tried to find the information online. I tried to look him up, skip trace him, and I couldn't find a contact number for him. And also I couldn't. Some sites wouldn't even say that the address was recognized. So I was trying to see if you could help me find his contact. I actually
Oh, okay.
Shot you
I
his
think you asked me
name.
on
Yeah,
was it Facebook or
yeah, IG.
IG? All right.
And I text you his name in the private text.
Okay. Well, I can't do it privately. You would have to be okay with.
You can do it now. I was saying I text you the information.
Oh, okay.
I can
Okay.
give it to
Cool.
you.
As long as you're okay with it being public, I can
Yeah,
do
you
it.
cool.
All right. So we're gonna do a little skip tracing. Can you guys see my screen or no? Am I still sharing my screen? Oh. All right.
No.
I can't let you get this. All right, so do me a favor, just pull up that, Crystal, just pull up that information so I don't have to keep going back and forth.
I got you.
Ask it, and then we Gucci.
All right.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
You want the name or the address first?
Yeah, actually, you know, I was doing a little Instagram live. So I'm gonna sign off here. Hey guys, we're gonna sign off here because we're gonna do some skip tracing. I don't want to put people's private information all over Instagram. So if you're interested, go ahead and schedule a call with us so you can get this goodness. All right. Talk to you later. Love y'all. Peace. All right. So.
All right.
What is
Tommy, we're still looking at you.
name again?
You ready?
No, I couldn't hear you. What's the person's last name?
Oh, the last name is Parker, Parker.
All right. First name?
First, Dean, Dean.
Dean.
Yep. His middle initial is W.
Money. What's the address?
The address is 510 Southeast. The street is
or is it
EU, huh?
Is it just SE or they spell it out Southeast?
No, it's just SE.
Okay, Southeast.
Yeah, the street is EUCLID.
Euclid Street. Lane.
Yep.
Okay.
Point St. Lucie, Florida. 34983.
Port St. Lucie. Search. All right, let me share my screen here now. Is this all right? Parker Dean W 510 Southeast Euclid.
Yep.
Lane, Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Clinton Dean Parker. Let me see. You said something about New York, him living in New York?
Yeah. I got another address for them. When I looked them up on the property appraisal site, they gave a P.O. box address for him.
First name's Dean. I just want to make sure. All right. What's the P.O. box?
All right, hold on. Damn it, hold on. Fuck. I don't think I brought it with me. Hold on.
All right. Well, we got.
Yeah,
Dean.
I didn't bring it with me because I'm
Okay.
on the road.
All right. So yeah, whenever you guys bring this stuff like this, I know you're on the road. Just try to have everything so I can do it because every time I come in here, they charge me. Okay, it's not a lot, but I don't like being charged. So Dean Parker. I'm trying to think if there's anything we can do.
Can we just look up his name?
We do that. We're gonna have a lot of Dean Parkers.
Oh, I got you. But won't it come up with him having that property address under his
Well,
name?
that's what we're doing now, but it's saying that no subject were found using your search criteria. So
Yeah,
either,
that's what I was getting.
so we got either, we got a Dean Christopher Parker, 58. Let's do this.
And Point St. Lucie.
Let's look up the address. That address is right? 510
Yeah.
Southeast Euclid.
That was on the house, 5110.
When you search the property records, we got a David Scott Ewing that is associated with that house. Let me see if we find anybody with close to that name. I don't see a Dean anywhere. Parker.
Yeah, I got that name from when I put it in the county appraisal for this county, it came up with his name for that house.
What other properties came up underneath his name?
He owned another property in
All right.
Point St. Lucie.
So what's that property?
Well, let me show you.
We just need something to attach it to.
Hold on.
What you eating, Agatha? Oh yeah, we can see you. I'm hungry too, man. Mo, no, it's about this time. Don't.
I am so sorry.
What you eating?
I'm having it's a.
I'm leaning in, looking like I'm gonna get a different perspective. That's how hungry I am.
If you haven't had a Bartley pear, it is delicious. They're soft and juicy.
A Bartley pear.
I think it's Bartlett. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was literally looking like this. I was getting closer, like looking like that was gonna change my view.
Oh my. Yeah, I haven't.
Yes.
I haven't had any sweets in the last 3 weeks.
I'm gonna have to get back with you on that.
Oh man!
I got it with me.
All right, you gotta have everything.
Yeah, only thing I got at home is this the pill box they gave him, and possibly another address that he owned.
Okay.
So can I DM it to you when I get it?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's not gonna get done until the next coaching call. To be straight up with you. I promise you, because I just got too much stuff going on, and I've been on this thing for almost 2 hours, and my kids are upstairs. I haven't spent any time with them, so I got to do that then. All right.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, next time bring it up and just try to get as much information as possible. Keep it on your phone or on a notebook or something like that. We're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everybody. That's gonna wrap up this one. Guys, work on those ARVs, work on those deals, start looking at a whole bunch of deals. Look at deals that don't look at deals that at first glance don't make sense, and try to figure out a way using some other strategies. Like, oh, well, maybe if I lease option this thing, we got someone with maybe less, subpar credit, or maybe they just can't, they got a good job, they work construction, they make good money. It's just that they don't have, good credit, and they could put down, $15,000 as an option, and I could give 10 to the seller, keep 5 for myself. And now we've solved the seller's problem. So start thinking about those type of deals and see if you can start piecing things together where other wholesalers are walking away from them. All right, family. Well, I love you guys. I know it's been a long one. We got to figure out how to keep these things shorter. But I appreciate you guys hanging in there. Let's work. Remember, this month, October, do the calendar, 90 days to get in the deal. Let's go. Sunday, we're bringing the people on to talk about our trip to Cancun in August. Okay. So be ready for that. And let's go get something to eat. Love y'all guys. Peace.
Thank you.